Alright, what is going on, everybody? It is Tristan, and today I got something else going on for y'all right here. We're going to be discussing the Jordan 4 Infrared. We got this coming, I believe it is on the 15th. I don't want to mess up that date. I think I might have, but we'll show you all it in a second, get everything confirmed, and kind of set there again. 1 second, I got to adjust this. There we go, I think that's a little bit better, but I got everything on the screen right here. If you all want to check me out on Instagram, anything like that, that's all on the screen right here, down below in the description. And of course, you want more content like this, feel free to subscribe and like down below. Again, like goal in this video. I'll keep it very simple. Why don't we just say 282 likes? Let's see if we can do that. I'd appreciate that. And yeah, that's pretty simple. So we're going to get into this video, discuss again the details of the Infrared 4, how I'll think of this sneaker as a hold. If you're, again, trying to resell this one, kind of what I think it'll go for. Everything about it. I'm going to give some details on the shoe so you all aren't completely confused about it and, understand a little bit more. So yeah, aside from those details, you see everything right here. And let's kind of get started. So first things first, and the main things I want to discuss, of course, the $200 retail price. And again, dropping on June 15th at 10 a.m. Eastern time. So don't forget, if you're on the West Coast, you got a little 3 hour earlier. You know, my West Coast boys are always having to get up early, which I know that's unfortunate. I know I would hate 7 a.m. drops, but luckily I'm on the East Coast, so I do not have to deal with that for now. But really looking at what we got on here in this sneaker, again, a lot of people are comparing this one to the Green Glow 4s. Of course, in terms of how the sneaker will rise over time, it's not going to be something like the Green Glow 4s where it just goes up an insane amount of price right off the bat. I do think the sneaker is going to have a nice little rise from the start. I do think that. I think after its release, people are going to realize this shoe wasn't as heavily stocked as people thought, and people are still going to be trying to make a profit on the shoe. So I think it will probably cruise, nicely up to like 320, 330s. Probably will do that pretty quickly within a couple months. But I think it'll probably settle there, after that for a little bit, maybe at a little bit of a lower price too, because I think demand is there for these sneakers. But I think we also just had a really good pair of Jordan 4s drop, the military blacks, and I don't feel like these have had a lot of attention directed towards them. Ever since the end of April, people have been discussing, remember the military black drop? People, since the end of April, were ready for that release. People were like, all right, my next drop is the military black Jordan 4s. I'm saving my money for it. That's the next focus. With this one, people are talking about it. They're like, yeah, I like the infrareds. They're cool. But, people are mainly talking about it as a shoe, just kind of like the quick flip, get out your hands. Or if it's in the collection, it's, people are just adding it because it's a 4 or something. They're like, oh, I just got to complete the 4 collection. Whatever it may be. But it doesn't seem like, in terms of the shoe being as hyped as, most people thought, it's definitely not there. And I can prove that in a second, and I will. So, aside from that, also don't forget, you always, when you're entering in the adult sizes, do not forget to scroll down and enter in the grade school sizes as well, because these are going to be very profitable too. One thing I want to mention actually is, again, as a hold, grade school pairs, the grade school 4 has again been one of the safer bets in recent months. So if you want to check this one out as a hold, again, feel free. I would just get it to quick flip even. There's still profit behind it, so if that's what you're interested in, get your kid fresh, or hold it, do what you want, get one adult pair, one grade school, experiment. It's up to you. For me, this release though, if I get pairs of it, I'm just gonna get it, sell it. Not really gonna be focused on holding this one. I'm too focused on, military blacks, reverse mocha Jordan 1s that Travis Scott collab coming in July. I'm focused on that one. Like there's a lot of other things in sneaker holds, if that's what you're into, that are coming up that will be a lot better than this one. So even if this one ends up being a great hold, trust me, there's ones that will suffice for missing this one if we end up being wrong in it. I think it'll have a short little quick rise, but nothing significant. So aside from that, kind of looking at the resale on this one right now, and this is my proof that demand is not there fully. Do you all see the prices on these? Look at the prices on these. These prices right here are lower than the military black Jordan 4s already, and the release has not even happened yet. So there you go, consistently going down, shows you demand is not fully there. This is pretty rare for a pair of 4s for demand just to be tanking like this. Usually it's just kind of like a straight line into the release, then a little dip, but then it usually returns to what it was at before the drop pretty quickly, and not like 370s, 380s. But if you go look at the military blacks, I'm pretty sure those are all at least above size 10, consistently above $295, $300. At least when I saw size 10s last time I checked them, they were at like $300, $305, and size 11s, 12s, things like that were up towards $320, $330. So that may have changed within the last day or two. That could be possible, but from what I know at least, these prices right here on the screen are lower than the military black Jordan 4. So that should just kind of show you all demand is not there. Demand is not there all the way on these ones. Not fully. People are really not into these as much as it seems. But there is a crowd that likes this sneaker. Again, the sneaker's still clean. I think it is a good model. I actually like it. Personally, I would not add it to my collection, but I think for a 4, it's not half bad. Like it gets the job done, but with Nike, we're about to be seeing a ton of Jordan 4 colorways, trust me. So catch on these ones at the start. It'll be the best kind of for profit. And this one right here, they still have crazy profit margins. I mean, you get a size 12, what, you're making $90 off one sneaker? You know, it's pretty good. 90 a pair is pretty good rates. Just want to say that. If your average amount that you make per sneaker is like at $90 or above $100, you're doing something very, very right. Very right. But yeah, aside from that, also again looking at the grade school pairs, you can see the grade school pairs are holding their own much better. Like if you target sizes 5Y through 7Y, which is, you know, seems to be the typical range now, I like leaving it in 4.5Y because it does tend to trend upward with the rest of the ones, but you know, it sticks a little bit lower as you can see. But my resale estimate in this one, I think it'll probably fall to a range of like 175 to 195, and I'm gonna put a plus in the 195 because I could totally see this range 5Y through 7Y not dropping in price at all. I could see it happen because I don't think, you know, the Snkrs release and these couple other stores are going to have pairs of infrared force. I don't think they're going to be as heavily stocked as we think. So that's just kind of one of the first things I want to mention. But aside from that, one sneaker I wanted to compare this one to and how I think it will perform over time is the Jordan 4 Red Thunder. The reason I want to compare it to the Red Thunders is obviously because of the prices. I think, again, I said the infrared force would probably rise to around a range of this, you know, this kind of prices, 310 to like 335. And of course, the bigger sizes will yield you the most profit. If any of you were lucky enough to cop a 12.5, you are blessed. You should definitely hold it because 12.5 in Jordan 4s, and not to mention just in any sneaker, it's the rarest size most of the time. So if you get a 12.5 in 4s, that's like, that's a sight to see. That you do not see people get that pair as often. Like I never have people DM me, yo, I got a size 12.5. If someone DM me that they had a size 12.5 pair of military blacks, man, I would have spent my whole day trying to figure out how to get that pair. But aside from that point, and you know, everything right there, that's just a rare size I wanted to mention. I don't know why I went on a whole rant about it, but you could see again, still a clean pair. I like it. Snkrs didn't make the pictures as dark as they should be though, because the gray actually hits a little bit darker in person than these pictures. And overall, I like it. I mean, it's a good quality sneaker, and hopefully, you know, Nike's quality control will be fine on these. But I mean, it's just kind of like an average 4 in my opinion, nothing insane. So aside from that, I also want to link some advice for you all down below. If you're confused about making multiple accounts or anything to do with the Snkrs app, I really do have a couple things I want to show you all. So I actually want to go ahead and give a huge shout out to my guys at Secret Sauce Group. Of course, I've been doing work with them for a while. If you've been here, you've known that. They've caught me plenty of items, just like the Supreme Mortal Kombat arcade here. This is actually one of the items that one of their botters in their chat did end up copying me through their slot service, which I think is super dope. All the different things they provide, showing you kind of the different drops that happens in that day, you know, whatever day it'll be for. They kind of have a weekly schedule, even including stuff like when certain shock drops will happen, what app it is on, like Snkrs versus Nike. It's really great. And not only do they have those services where they're copying items for people, letting you know about drops in advance, they are a very useful source of information, of course. They also give buy, sell, hold advice, but they also have different YouTubers even in there, you know, giving different kinds of, you know, advice on certain systems, how to work them, how to resell, things like that. So if that's really what you're interested in, you know, getting more items like this, kind of copping more, you know, learning about shock drops in advance, getting lessons from some of your favorite YouTubers, and, you know, even talk with me in the chat. I'm there sometimes, you know, talking on release day, whatever it may be. So if you're into anything like that, how that sounds, be sure you guys go check them out down below. Let them know that I sent you. Just say, yo, Tristan sent me. How can I get into the group? And it'll be right there at the top of the description. So huge shout out to my guys at Secret Sauce as always. They're a great cook group, and I've been using them for a while now. I love the information they provide. It's probably my favorite thing. Make sure you check this video down below. First things first, before we get into the rest of it, make sure you check this down below. This shows you how to make multiple accounts and how to use them safely on sneakers, you know, like using proxies, you know, if your accounts haven't been working recently, you know, like logging out of one location and trying to log in through another. And again, it's all discussed in this video, so check that out down below. But one major tip I want to recommend too, because this helped me get a pair the other week on one of my Snkrs accounts that hadn't hit in months. So I want to tell y'all and explain this. So if you haven't ever logged in on a Nike account through Discord, like if you're in a cook group or something, and you know how your cook group, right? Or, you know, your little Discord group, you know, if you're in a Snkrs chat, I'll be recommending one for y'all next video, so stay tuned. Hopefully I'll be, you know, mentioning that with you guys and having that for you all. But basically, if you click on that little Discord link, right, because they'll send you the Nike app or Snkrs app link. So if you just do it through the Discord app and just log in there through the Discord app, that's actually another way that you can log in. So just try different browsers, try different places to log in for the account and enter there, because sometimes it'll actually go through, you know, again, Safari. If you have been using Chrome for a while, maybe try and switch it over, see if that works for you. I had it work for a couple drops and, you know, I had to switch back, but there's always new things you can try, and it's all discussed in this video. So if you want to check that down below, I give a lot of different, you know, tips and tricks. And if you have any questions about the Snkrs app in particular, about using payment methods, anything like that, I can answer it down below for you guys. Just leave a comment, I'll get back to it, as long as I, you know, understand it. I feel like I'm pretty good at getting back to comments. Get back to like 90-95% of them, which pretty decent. We got a life to live here too, you know what I mean? But yeah, of course, check this down below. Any of your tips and tricks, just leave them in the comment section. And there is a couple raffles for this one. I'll link this down below. Mainly these are overseas raffles, but of course, make sure you're checking your footlocker app, you know, Finishline, Champ Sports, Footlocker Kids. Check all those local apps. I don't think Footlocker Kids does it because you enter for grade school through the regular Footlocker app. But just make sure you're going to those places, right? Or not going to them, but going on those apps and making sure you're entering in the, you know, in-store reservations, things like that. I'm going to be trying to do some FLX work down in Charleston. I know that's a pretty competitive city because I know a lot of people backdoor specifically through Charleston. So, and that's no doubt, you know, it's pretty obvious. But yeah, I wish I was in Charleston this week. There's a couple raffles I really want to enter in that I'm not there for, which sucks. But aside from that, off topic, also some FOOTSITES that are dropping this one. So if you got some good people, you know, running some slots for you, whatever it may be, some ACO, then yeah, basically you got a ton of places that will be releasing this one. And best chances for manual users, as always, Dick's Sporting Goods, best for manual. Probably after JD Sports. I would say JD Sports app early. That's your best chance. And then, you know, Dick's Sporting Goods right after. Those are probably your top two. JD Sports is only better because you can have an account, and if you get there really early, you won't have a queue. But Dick's is like really safe bets usually. I mean, once I got through an apparel on Dick's once, and the only reason I didn't get it is because I didn't check the checkout page, and they immediately canceled my order after because I was just like too late to it. Like I checked it like 10 minutes later, but that was my fault completely. It had already been loaded up for like 10 minutes, and yeah, that's really everything I need to mention about how you guys could cop the infrared Jordan 4. And also one more piece of advice I want to get is the day after this release happens. Day after, right? If you got a Footlocker, Finishline, any of those stores near you, the day after this release happens, right? Go to those stores. Go to those stores and see if they have pairs, because I guarantee you there will be a couple stores or a couple of y'all will find some pairs maybe in grade school sizes or adult sizes, because trust me, the day after, we call it leftovers day, because sometimes, I can't remember who put me on this, but yeah, basically just go to the store the day after. They'll potentially have some. I remember that's how I got a few pairs of Oreo 4s one time after the Oreo 4 release. It was at Dick's Sporting Goods. I pulled up to it and they had a bunch of grade school pairs. I bought like 5 of them. It was great. It was funny because the Dick's Sporting Good employee was doing stuff through the back also, which I thought was hilarious. So he didn't care, but yeah, shout out my employees there. So that's everything I need to say. Well, not my employees, but those working, you know what I mean? So again, you want to check my Snkrs, any of that down below. Those are in the description. I appreciate you guys' support and everything like that. I got a busy day ahead of me, so we're gonna go get some stuff done. And yeah, again, feel free to subscribe and like for more content like this. You know, you want to drop a like. I think I said it was like 282 likes. That was the goal. So if we could hit that, I'd appreciate it. But that's everything that needs to be mentioned. I'm ending that screen recording. That's enough on the screen right there. So I'm Tristan. Thank you guys for watching this video. I really do appreciate it. We got some things to get done, so we're gonna go get those done today. Let me know what you're doing today. What you got going on? How you been? Been good? Good. Hopefully. All right. I'll see you all in the next one. I'm Tristan, and see you then. Peace.